Hey, this is Jason Griffith, voice of Sonic, Shadow, and Jet, and you're watching Brain Scratch Comms.
FTA, you are my favorite person in the entire fucking universe.
Paper Mario music. Just blasted in my ears. I forgot to turn the damn volume down.
So anyway...
Anime cutscenes.
Hey guys, guess what? Racing game!
This art style looks like something the Archie comics might have used before Tracy, what's her name?
Tracy Yardley. And you had to say
Tracy Yardley.
The colors feel so bright!
Also known as
Except for everything that isn't a main character or the super rainbow wave of I don't even know what.
Also known as the only decent thing to come out during the 15th anniversary.
You know what? The anime art style isn't that bad, to be honest. I mean, I don't like it, but it's not that bad. But then we come to the in-game cutscenes, and we see Sonic's model and shit.
Oh my god.
It's like, okay, there's classic Sonic, there's modern Sonic, there's long Sonic from Sonic 06, and then there's this.
Silly putty Sonic.
Exactly. Like, Jesus. You know, I can't stand the art style they use, the model style they use in this game. It's horrible.
I think it's a slightly modified version of the engine they used for Heroes and Shadow. So, because a lot of the graphics look very similar to those games, but for some reason I think that both of them look better than this.
I can pretty much imagine like the developers one time messing with the model's limbs at one point, and it's like, hey, what do you think if I did this real quick? Yeah, that would look pretty funny. And then he forgot to accidentally reset the percentage back to 0 and left the models incredibly stretched out. And that's pretty much the only thing I can
Sonic Arm!
Yes.
So, anyway, due to my brother being a dick, all my GameCube memory files got erased. So, although I did once have a 100% file of this game, I had to start from scratch for this playthrough.
No playable knights.
No Knights, no Supersonic, no
Radar,
II.
The Dragon Radar says there aren't any Dragon Balls in the area.
I'd like to mention this CG. This CG, it looks so Gumby.
Yeah, it does. They're carrying a Dragon Ball.
I see this and only think of, you're supposed to be the fastest thing alive!
Runs past him on his feet.
Give him the finger.
Yeah.
That was actually one of the voice actors, one of the most famous voice actors' debut. The voice of Jet, she's one of our famous voice actors. Amazing! One combo and he only hits once. Damn it, Knuckles.
I just don't get that. Why didn't they just run them over? I mean, if a car can make people go splat, I'm pretty sure jet-powered air boost robo board things could make them go, like,
because it's as light as the wind. Otherwise, you couldn't hover in the first place.
Hey, Knuckles, why are you in the city with us? Don't you have an emerald to defend?
Da, 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 da.
Because Sonic couldn't catch up with them normally.
Right?
No, I have to prove that I'm better by riding my hoverboards from back to
Yeah, I was
going to
say, this is probably Sonic's most dickish incarnation, because he can easily outrun the asshole with his feet, but he decides, no, I'm going to beat you at your own game, just because I can.
Hey, Jason, talking to yourself, are you?
You know, it's clear that Sonic only picked up the hoverboard in the first place because one of them dropped one. But why is he already wearing hoverboarding shoes?
Well, the shoes are just sort of like a different art style of his normal shoes, but I don't get why he's got the sunglasses on.
Because he wears his sunglasses.
The soap shoes from Sonic Adventure 2 were a different style of his normal shoes. These are just entirely different shoes.
Oh, hi, Dr. Eggman.
Oh, God, Eggman, your mustache, it's huge today.
Like, it's constantly getting zapped by lightning.
Oh, yeah, if you look to the right, there's a screenshot of Sonic Adventure 1.
Isn't that the Sonic Heroes Sonic, though?
Yeah, but there's also the scene with the whale on Emerald Coast, so
yeah.
There's your little Easter egg for the day.
Mm-hmm.
But Sonic and a race to see who's the fastest. Don't say.
Not just a race, but a special race to see who's the fastest. Oh man, that is a line worthy of Sonic 06, that is.
I'd say Sonic X, because Sonic 06 at least attempted to take itself seriously. I'm not gonna say it succeeded, but it attempted.
Oh, that's not what I mean. I mean stating the brutally fucking obvious.
Oh. Then you're right, yes.
He ended the commercial and then it pops back on. He's like, oh, I forgot to mention something.
Nameless character number 1, nameless character number 2, and Jet the
Jason
Hawk.
Griffith. And Jason Griffith.
These are the contestants I found.
Hey, that's
Metal-
me!
These are the contestants I found. Metal Sonic, Tails Doll, Metal Knuckles, and Egg Bro. Ooh, I'm getting deja vu.
Alright, now, this is the part where the gameplay starts and you realize the learning curve is
It's
up.
stupidly high.
Is ridiculously high.
It's like trying to run up Mount Everest when you've only ever run, like, 20 feet at a stretch in your life.
It's I will
It's a
say
fun
that
game once you learn it, but learning it the first time, it's very painful.
I
Yes.
will say that at least the game's relatively okay about teaching you, because there's a pretty in-depth tutorial movie that you can find in the options. These first few races in the story mode are relatively forgiving, where you only need to get top 3 as opposed to number 1. So that's good, I guess, but I'm not gonna lie that it takes quite a while in order to get good at this game.
Good grief, Sonic, your hands, they're huge.
Nice headbutt.
Yeah, so anyway, for those of you who've never played Sonic Riders before, I can't really blame you. Basically, if you get enough rings, you level up, and if you level up, you go faster and you get better boost attacks and whatever.
And you get more fuel capacity.
Oh, I'm sorry, I had Mario Party 1 flashbacks for a second there.
Now, the meter on the right is your
Fuel, essentially.
fuel. Your board essentially runs on air. So
It runs on air.
why does it
Doesn't
ever
make sense.
deplete?
The ultimate refuelable energy source, oxygen.
So why does it run out?
Because you're doing boosts, Johnny.
But you're surrounded in oxygen.
Wait, was that horn part of the game, or was that
That
something
was
else?
part of the game, because we all heard it.
Okay, it was just so much louder than everything else. I thought someone was honking.
By the way,
a horn.
there's
No.
also drifting. Lots of drifting.
Oh,
You need to get good at the
say.
drifting. Basically, if you're not doing tricks at every single jump you can, you're probably gonna run out of air if you abuse the boost as much as I do. So, yeah. Also, there are different types of characters: speed,
I
flight,
love how
power.
Sonic can spin dash through the air.
I love how the board disappears and reappears when he's done.
Hammer space.
I guess.
Now, when this game's in motion, apart from, the fucking stupid character model style, it actually looks really good.
Kind of
Some
like F-Zero
points.
GX that way.
At some points, there are some textures in the game that are really bad.
Oh,
even
yeah,
if-
like you're gonna see any textures while you're moving this fast.
I would like to present to you the second level, whatever the fuck its name is. I don't remember at the moment. We'll see it in about 3 minutes.
10,000G, Omega's remove retarded cousin.
Such a fat ass that he can be both 12th and 2nd place at the same time.
Oh, and
Oh, God, no, save me.
hi, Amy. Are you going to impact the plot at all today? No?
Nope.
Oh, good to know.
Isn't she only 12?
14.
It's still creepy.
I
Love that
don't get
reaction
what
face.
that eye movement was supposed to be. Doesn't Amy only have, like, one
Someone's
eyelid?
getting
She
lots of back.
she had surgery to cut her eyelid in half so she could wink at people.
Yeah.
That seems like an incredibly large waste of money. But
Why
whatever.
is Tails' mouth so small?
Well, it seems like an incredibly large waste of money, but compared to the amount of money she spent on bus tickets following Sonic around, it's really not that much.
And Nathan, just to answer your question, why his mouth is so small, he's eating a fuck ton of Sour Kids patches at once. While trying to talk to the guys.
He sucked a couple warheads before
Here's
playing.
a story about Babylon, which was also around the Arabian Nights period. You'll be visiting it soon, Sonic.
Tails, how do you know all of this convenient exposition? I'm
He's
just
a
curious.
nerd. He's a nerd.
Because the script says so.
Just because Tails smart doesn't mean he knows everything.
No,
I mean, he's
Tails is smart. He has to be the info dump.
even when his specialty is like building shit and has nothing to do with history.
Knuckles' face.
I love how Knuckles' like pupils closed. Not his eyes, his pupils. He has no eyelids. No, now he has eyelids, but his pupils closed a few seconds ago. What the hell?
I'm going to let the enemy hold the hoverboard and, look it over.
And here
I'm
we
not
have
going to
Master
look at the
Chief.
bottom of my hoverboard for the next 6 days.
Hello, hipster bird.
Oh, you can actually see the little bomb she plants on the bottom of the model now, which is a nice...
The sad part is there are people behind her who can clearly see what she's
seriously,
doing.
they don't see what's going on.
Because they're not Tails, they're not smart.
At least Sonic's got to have some amount
It's
of...
right there.
Yeah, you can see it.
I'm going to angrily point my fist into the sky.
Oh, it's
Burn!
a little decoration on the floor. That was very nice.
Tails just got burned by Knuckles, and Knuckles doesn't even know it.
Yeah, what an idiot.
So yeah, again, you got to finish within the top 3. So they're not being too hard on you just yet.
Wait until mission mode. Only reason I did that was to get knights. Only reason I did that.
You could get Eye too. I like him.
Yeah, but mostly for knights.
How many times have you guys run into that electrical barrier before the race started?
And
Once you get the timing down, it's not too bad. And wrong, Back to the Future Part 2 says these things should fail over water.
I ran into that electrical fence so much when I was younger. Because my friend never told me about it, and I was always confused as to what was going on.
Yeah.
I never had this game, so I would always play it with my best friend.
I played this game an unhealthy amount when I was when it first came out, because again, I got used to the learning curve. I think slightly quicker than most other people, so I did manage to play it a lot, and I had fun. But
it's not a bad game. It's just the learning curve is too steep. A lot of people get turned off from it early on.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. I was first introduced to this game in 2005. Actually, during my first few weeks at my college, my parents sent me care packages, and it was Elliot that sent me the PS2 version of this game, and I was playing it, and it's like, nah, this isn't doing it for me, and I sent it right back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just, even once you get past the ridiculously high learning curve, it's not a racing game that you can really go back to as much like a Mario Kart or an F-Zero or whatever. It's
Crash
just
Team Racing or anything.
It's just kind of there, and I hate that. The drift button is the same as the brake button, so if you're just slightly off enough with your turning, you'll brake instead of drift, which will...
That's really stupid.
Yep.
And considering how this game can either be brutally hard or ridiculously easy, depending on how stupid the AI feels like being, that can be the difference between a race right there.
I have a question. Why was Tails just carrying a giant fucking plug?
That's part of his attack when he's in boost mode.
He swings it around just to whack people with it.
No, his board's running out of energy. He's looking for an outlet.
But it runs on air!
There's an air outlet.
That's why I was holding it, so it picks up wind energy.
No. You see, the air only powers up Mr. Fusion. The thing runs off electrical power.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, here, if you look at the texture, the rock textures on the side of this little cliff here, they look absolutely awful. Like N64 levels of just.
Yeah, the game overall looks okay, but there are parts where it does look really bad.
I find that this is the worst looking stage in the game, just because it's an outdoorsy type area, and they don't try to do those an awful lot. Like, everything else looks better than this, so that's good-ish, I guess.
Well, I don't think many games had very good outdoor graphics until, well, the PS3 360 generation. I mean, some of them did well, but it's just the more complicated the texture, you know, the better the hardware you need to pull it off, and well.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm.